Well, with my work, I was actually taught by a Hopi and a Zuni, and they both do traditional, more so traditional and contemporary work. And so what they taught me, it's like they taught me how to do it from just starting out from the bottom on up, and working on it together. Um, it's they've taught me these techniques of like coiling techniques and such things like that. And then as I got to build myself up, I got to talk to different other artists in the community and then outside of the community. So they taught me how to, um, make it easier on myself. Um, and then they would teach me how to um, work on making more bigger pieces, which I'm still learning to do. It's not an easy task, but it's a lot of great patience. And so, um, as working together as Pueblo people, it really helps to to give each other, share advice and how to do things piece by piece. And then as I was saying, like the designs, there's have these trade of ideas and different things like that. So helping each other out through that really pays it off.
So I was actually a painter growing up. I love drawing and I love painting. It's when I went to school at the Institute of American Indian Arts. I went there in high school and college. I met a lot of mentors there and instructors. Some of my fellow mentors were Manuelita Lovato, who's from Santo Domingo Pueblo, Audley Lolama, who is from Hopi, um, Ralph Partington, who was one of our instructors. He was non-native, but he was a master potter. And just taking a lot of these classes, it was just really amazing because I learned from other students as well who became mentors to me, like Nathan Begay, who's passed on, and he's a renowned Hopi potter. And he's just really incredible, taught me a lot about the traditional way of doing things and also the painting styles. And he taught me a lot about Hopi pottery itself. And it was just really incredible because we developed this friendship and we would just build pottery together. And it was just really inspiring to hear his stories. And I always knew I wanted to be a potter because when I was young, back in the day, I was surrounded by markets, which was the 8 Northern Indian Pueblos market as well as the Santa Fe Indian markets. And so I admired pieces when I would go to the markets. And back in the day, Swaya used to accept co-ops. And so there were groups of people from the Pueblo. So when I grew up in Nambe, I would just experiment with different clays, and I took some classes with some instructors from San Ildefonso that would come in and teach pottery, and we would have these pieces of pottery, and we'd be a collective and or a co-op, and we'd take them to market and we'd sell them, and so that's what really inspired me about learning more about pottery, just enjoying how interacting with people, how people accepted it, and it was just a wonderful thing to learn. So that was my first. I was really young when I started doing that, and then I just continued that as I went through college and then high school. And I would try other mediums, but I always gravitated back to pottery, and I felt that was just something for me that was. It just brought me in balance, and I would just love to go out there and hear other potters talk about their work, and then I would come back and create my own pieces of work.